So let's talk about our next question. So this question they had asked, which of the following complication is the most commonly associated with a procedure performed on this patient? So obviously you can see that in this image, and from this image we can assume that the procedure that has been performed in this patient, that is your central venous catheterization. Okay, so it's a central venous catheterization, right? So now they are asking which of the following complication that has been associated with this central venous catheterization. So option A, that is your pneumothorax, option B, that is aspiration, option C, that is dysphagia, and the option D, that is your refeeding, right? Refeeding. Now let's try to understand, right? So your central venous catheter that has been done typically or mostly in the two places. Number one is your internal jugular vein, and another option that is your subclavian vein. So it is a 2 point of insertion, right? You can also able to see that. So this is your internal jugular vein insertion, and this is the subclavian vein insertion. Ideal is always subclavian followed by internal jugular vein. Internal jugular vein insertion is pretty much easier than that of the subclavian vein. Now the aim of this central venous catheterization, number one, is to provide the patient parenteral nutrition. Also, if in case of a chronic kidney disease, or the patient is basically suffering from long-standing duration, in that case it is not very much easy to find superficial vein in that patient, or the patient is probably going to get long-term support of the antibiotic and the fluid support. So in that cases as well, we would like to go for the central venous catheterization. Okay, so this is the basic aim of the central venous catheterization. Now obviously, one of the most common complication that we might gonna encounter in case of central venous catheterization, that is your pneumothorax. Now, the pneumothorax typically happen while doing the central venous catheterization. We might gonna puncture the apex of the lung, and that will basically the consequence of that basically happens due to the puncture of apex of lung leads to pneumothorax development. Okay. Now, this is what it basically can do. Now, apart from that, also there is a varieties of other complication that has been associated with the central venous catheter. So that might gonna leads to hemothorax. Also, there is a thoracic duct injury or the subclavian artery injury. That are the other consequences that can happen. Also, one of the most important complication, that is basically your catheter related bacterial infection. So that is pretty much common with the central venous catheter. Okay, so these are the recognized risk with the central venous catheterization. Okay, right? Now let's try to understand what are the other options. So obviously your aspiration, dysphagia, refeeding, these are not directly associated with the central venous catheterization. You can say that the refeeding might be associated. Look, the refeeding is basically happen when you basically try to go for the parenteral nutrition for a longer duration. So there is a metabolic shift from the protein fat towards the carbohydrate. So in that case, there is a sudden rise in the insulin level that would eventually lead to hepatic failure, renal failure, as well as electrolyte abnormalities. So that is basically your refeeding syndrome, which is not directly associated with a catheter placement. Okay, so these you need to understand. Now your aspiration is basically associated with a nasogastric tube insertion. There it can be a complication. Also your esophageal issue like that dysphagia can be there, or present as an independent chief complaint of the underlying esophageal disease in that case. And the nutritional intervention may be associated with the refeeding syndrome. Okay, so your answer in this question is always going to be your pneumothorax. Okay, so this is going to be your answer in that case.